Hey everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming in my downstairs sales office because I just recently received a pallet containing nearly 6,000 cosmetics, and I basically wanted to show you exactly what that sorting process looks like when you're dealing with such a large quantity of items. So now I did already go through the entire unboxing process, and I did a first round general sorting of like merchandise. I did upload that video to my YouTube channel not too long ago. I will make sure to link it down in the video description in case you missed it. That pallet was a manifested cosmetics pallet that came from Wholesale Ninjas, who is also sponsoring today's video because they are my absolute favorite supplier of merchandise for my eBay store, especially when it comes to cosmetics. In my own personal experience, Wholesale Ninjas has the absolute best condition at the best price points in terms of cosmetics quality. So now, because it was an entire pallet of cosmetics and it was almost 6,000 units, the price point got all the way down to 54 cents. I don't think I've ever seen competitive price points like that with any other liquidation company where I got such good quality merchandise. Now, of course, buying cosmetics by the pallet is not the only option at Wholesale Ninjas. They also have wonderful box lots that start at quantities of 100 and go all the way up to 1,000, I think, the last time I checked. Or it might be 500. Regardless, it's still plenty of cosmetics at a really good price point. And the way that they package them is just so perfect. It's minimal damage and there's hardly any stickers to remove off of anything. And because Wholesale Ninjas is a partner of my YouTube channel, I do have a coupon code for them. The code is Lindey25 and it gets you $25 off of anything on the Wholesale Ninjas website. And of course, I will make sure to link some of my favorite lots down in the video description below. All right, so now I'm gonna get into showing you exactly what it looks like to sort almost 6,000 cosmetics. This is also a fantastic opportunity to introduce you guys to my sister-in-law, Angie. She has been helping me with eBay for almost 7 months now, and she does a phenomenal job, especially when it comes to organizing and sorting merchandise. And because of that reason, I'm actually going to have her take point on the entire process. I will be helping her sort a little bit here and there, but for the most part, I'm going to be working on other things that I have going on, and I'm just gonna leave the sorting to her because she's just so good at it. So now this entire sorting process is not going to get done today. If I had to guess, it's gonna span at least 2 days, if not 3, but I promise you I will be filming it the entire way. All right, let's get started. So when I first initially processed the pallet, I basically just threw away any damaged products, and then I sorted everything based on the area that the cosmetics were applied. So that means that I was putting all of the face products together, the eye products together, all of the nail products together, and so on. I wasn't worried about separating by color or brand at that point. I just wanted to get a general vague category separation of these products. So in the first step of the sorting process, we are taking the general category and we are breaking those down even more. So we're putting all of the foundations together, all of the highlighters together, all of the pressed powders together, any blushes. We're not worried about matching shades just yet. We are just trying to get similar items grouped together so that we can see what we're working with. Isn't she doing a great job? So we very quickly started to notice that things like foundations, highlighter sticks, and tubes of contouring and illuminating products was starting to really overtake the table. And because we only had so much space to work with and so many boxes to go through, we decided to just start putting all of the foundations, highlighting sticks, and anything in a tube just in their own separate boxes, and we would go through and separate those by color later. So not only was there a ton of foundations to go through, and that was taking up a lot of table space, but things like the squeezy tubes of the highlighters or contouring, because those don't stand up straight, they end up kind of falling all over themselves and just taking up way too much valuable space on the table. So for right now, we've decided to just kind of do everything in boxes and things that stand up and don't have a huge quantity. The things that have the bigger quantities, we will do those later after we get the table cleared off of all of these other products. So Angie, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you feel about stickers on cosmetics?
Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Stickers take so much time out of your day. Being able to have to just peel them off, it comes with the risk of peeling off your labels, your seals. Being able to just get them all pretty and cleaned up, you'll have some residue after that you got to tack it with, which could then make your product very slippery. It's just a huge process. Hate it with a passion. Hate it with a passion.
See, I'm not the only one who hates stickers.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It took me getting there to realize I am not a huge fan of them.
So, are you happy to see not hardly any stickers on here?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, just looking at this, I know I can just go right into diving in and getting these up and going. I don't have to do a 3-step process. I mean, this is exciting right here. Highly recommended.
Would you be nearly as excited if there was a bunch of stickers you had to take off first?
Not really.
I love your honesty.
Yeah, it's still exciting. It's just, you know, the extra layers. I don't prefer
No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks.
No thanks at all. When I first did it, I thought, oh, fine, you know.
Oh yeah, I remember giving you the Scotty peeler.
Yes, the Scotty peeler
and the blow dryer, and you're like, okay, this will be fun.
I was like, oh my god, I'm really excited for this. No. And then you've got ones that have like 4 or 5 stickers on each. I mean,
oh yeah, do we have any over here?
I believe we do actually. We've got
oh yeah, right there. Look at those.
Ma'am. You've got them like this, which the orange ones aren't so bad, but then you get a white one like this on the other side, and those, I mean, they take the whole entire.
Or there we go. Here's one.
Yeah.
Here's one encapsulated in stickers. Let's see if we can get it to focus.
There you go.
Yep, there's a white one there.
And it drives me insane because when you're in the sorting process, you can't even tell what the product is.
That's a really good point.
So it kind of gets pushed off to the side, It's just one of those things. It really.
That's why these are sitting over here.
Yeah.
Until you're in the mood to deal with them.
Absolutely. They're just literally in the back as if, you know, I don't even pay any attention to them. I don't look forward to tackling that down. I mean, it really is a lot.
I don't blame you.
Time on task beats talent, as
I don't
always
blame
say.
you. Oh, and yeah, here's some more down here too.
I was gonna say those
all have stickers.
Lips. Oh.
And then there's
Bless
these.
our hearts.
Yeah. Then there's these over here you're working on.
Yeah.
They're all clean and pretty.
They look amazing. I mean, I'm just ready to dive in and get these up. There's no steps involved in between getting these listed.
Yeah. So right now you're working on the face boxes, which have the things like the foundations and the highlighters and the bronzers and the blushes. Yeah. And you're through, it looks like you're almost done with box number 4.
I'm on box number 4 out of 7.
Out of 7.
2 more here and 1 on that back shelf.
And you've been doing this for what to say, maybe 45 minutes?
I'd say about 45 minutes. I'm getting through it pretty quickly. You know, no stickers. I can actually see what I'm sorting out.
That makes the sorting go faster.
It does. And you know, this company right here, they really do provide you with a lot of cleanliness. It's amazing. It really is. Nail polishes are most likely going to be a back burner for me. You know, there's a lot of them there. So face is always something I like to tackle. I feel like you get more, you've got more of a value you're sitting on there. They're bigger and bulkier, so they might look very intimidating. But once you get them spread out on the table, it really is not that bad.
Yeah. I agree. It looks like a lot, but then when you start getting into it and start separating by categories and just grouping them up, it's not that bad.
Not bad at all.
It's not that.
It makes.
You've been doing it with a whole smile. You've been doing it with a smile this whole time.
Yes, it's living proof. I mean, this is how happiness right here. I love it.
All right, so now everything is done. It's been sorted into similar categories. So now we just need to organize everything based on shade. And then after we get all of the exact shades grouped together, we're going to bag all of them up and put those bags back into boxes so that we can move them onto the shelf and get them ready to be listed. You can see here we do have all of the foundations in a box together, the highlighting sticks together, and squeezy tubes, things like primer and contouring. All of those are separated because we're going to organize those by shade later. So after we take the time separating everything, we're going to bag all of the identical items together in these twist tie bags. I love these bags. They come from Walmart. They are literally just called twist tie bags, and you could buy them for around $3 for a box of 100. They're perfect for grouping all of the like items together. And those plastic bags are not going to go to waste. I will reuse those as we go through and get everything listed. I always talk about putting things in bags whenever I do shipping. Those are the bags that I use. So now that we've got all of the shades separated, we're just sticking those in bags and putting those bags into boxes, because that means that they're already sorted and they are ready to be listed on eBay. Now that all of those are done, we can get started separating all of the bottles of foundation, all of those highlighter sticks, and the multiple tubes of things like face primer, highlighter, and contouring. Now that the face boxes are done, we're going to get started doing not the nail polishes yet, but the things like the cuticle care and those high dollar top coats by C&D. And it was lightning speed. I turned my back and she had them all done. That's just how darn fast she is. Now that that's done, we're gonna get started on the eyes box. So there was just one box full of eye products, but these do tend to be a lot smaller. So this box was very, very full. And we're just gonna start pulling out things like the eyeshadow palettes, all of the eyeliner sticks, the mascaras. And then when we get done sorting all of the similar products, we'll then sort it again and put all of the identical shades together, stick all of those in bags, put them back in the box, and then we'll be done with the eyes. And then after getting through the eyes box and getting everything all organized and bagged up, we're gonna start on the lips. Now that we've got all of the types together, all the lipsticks, the glosses, the liners, the chapsticks, everything separated, now we go through and we separate everything by color. Up until this point, we had been working for about 6.5 hours on all of those boxes. The nail polishes are going to get moved to day 2 because that is a huge project. I'd say whatever you got to do to make it work, because I know that there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to look at.
Yes.
There's a lot to sort through.
I'm kind of like, honestly, I'm pretty excited because I don't think I've ever done the nail polishes yet. Like the sorting, anything.
Nope, we just stuck them. We just stuck them in a bin.
Stuck 'em in a bin
And then we're like, we'll deal with those later.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, this would be a new refreshing thing for me. You were way better than
That's your Vanna White modeling kind of.
Yes.
Just
It's like you almost know what I am thinking. 'Cause I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. 'Cause you're the
So nail polishes are just getting grouped by color type. We're doing things like dark pinks together, light pinks together, purples, blues, greens, reds, blacks, silvers, yellows, oranges. We're trying to get all of those grouped as close together as we can so that when we go through the process of getting all of the identical shades together, they're a lot easier to see versus having an entire table full of nail polishes to try to pick from. But I tell you, Angie was so determined to get as far as she could on day 2. she started separating all of the nail polishes by color as best as she could. She found that if she laid one bottle on its side, it was a lot easier to see the shade number and color without having to constantly pick up the bottle just to take a look at the shade. She could just lean down and see the color and then better match the color groups. So then the table did start getting really full, so she needed to start bagging up the shades that had the highest quantities, and she was just keeping them in a bin and keeping some on the table so that she could keep referring to those sorting spots. So Angie ended up finishing up the nail polishes on day 3. We ended up with roughly 94 shades. And I tell you, those twist tie bags come in so handy. All these bags for so model the box.
Is it a photo or a video?
It's a video.
Okay.
Be like, ah, ooh, ah, ooh,
Ah.
Now this is everything completely sorted and organized on a shelving unit. So I had previously cleared out a few of the shelving units in the back of my basement so that we could get everything sorted and put on the shelf so that we could clearly see it. So now when Angie goes through and starts creating the listing, everything is completely separated. Everything is bagged by shade. She doesn't have to worry about any of that. As she goes through, she can just grab a box, go sit down with it, pull out bags, and create listings as she goes. The items that had a really high quantity, we ended up just keeping out open on the shelf so that we could better see what there is, because we didn't want to just fill an entire box with only 2 shades. So those items that had the really large quantities, we just left open on the shelf. And Angie did such a wonderful job. I am always impressed by her. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video and videos like this, please do remember to hit the thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post a new video. Don't forget to check the video description, because I always put a lot of useful links in there for you. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Thank you guys again for watching. I will see you with my next video. Bye.